Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45.
You know, you've got to try Sweet Caroline's in Elwood City. Yes, Sweet Caroline's, 507 Lawrence Avenue in Elwood City. They're open from 2 to 9, and what great tasting treats they have. Always a different flavor, always something you got to try. Ice cream is the way people sit down, meet, and get to talk. You can call Sweet Caroline's at 724-824-3623 for more information. They're closed Sundays. Try Sweet Caroline's in Elwood City.
I'm gonna tell you the common cause.
Here's the picture. We better let everybody else in on what we're talking about.
Well, okay. See,
That's
we were in the process of doing the next episode, but we're gonna give you a sneak peek. We were
wow.
talking about. We're on Wholistic Living NCTV. We were talking about the branching off, how Mr. Angelo.
This is the cameraman talking.
That you said you didn't.
And we wondered. See, I know everybody in the room, kind of, sort of. Okay. Now, when I was in Elwood, I met these fine people. Yeah.
Hello.
And it was in the cold of the March.
Okay.
Oh my God, it was cold in March.
Okay, and these people kind of came to me when I was a lot under the weather.
Yeah.
And I'm not
ago.
now.
Yeah.
But I know because I see them out, so I know that they branched and, socially get out to other people. And now I know they do too, by knowing them. Mm-hmm. Okay, but how does this generation achieve the socialization to branch out, to grow society, to be stronger, and have a stronger community?
I'll say favor. Let me jump. Favor is being empowered to talk about someone else that you believe in their cause, you believe in their goals, you want to see them succeed. So I take my business and I help support their business, and then I see your business and I say you would do really well talking with that business, and you start to create synergy and cross-pollinate. That's one. And you take the favor. So if I go and say I love Grill on the Hill, and when we have events we go there and we support them because they have great chicken fingers, right? Then now someone who believes in us, they're like, well, I'm gonna be hungry chicken fingers.
And influence.
Yeah, influence. And then you know what? I take my school and we're going to get ice cream. One of the best places with great people is in Elwood City. All right, and we build there. Wow, I want to go to Elwood City. So my word is favor.
So my caveat with that, I'm
Yeah, no, let the devil's advocate or how. Yes.
Okay.
Influence flavor. And now I'm thinking ice cream.
So many, and correct me if I'm wrong, so many want to have their name in lights, them shine. They want to have it to where they don't die without a purpose, that their funeral will be great and big. You know what I mean? Like, they want to be more so now, or stepping into the place where they don't want to die in vain. Mm-hmm. They want to die empty. And in place of that, there's ego. I think that once we get to that place of, you meet the people with a genuine heart, where it's like what you said, they have that favor, they have that desire, and then you have the individuals that kind of fall upon it because they want to get out there, and then they happen to meet individuals like us that are just like, oh, and then they see a different heart behind business and things. But if I was to answer that question at this point, I'm going to say community cause, because we had YDC, we have the Dollar General that's going to be opening up on Leisure, and the people that have rallied up against those things because they finally grasped a vision and a purpose for Newcastle, and there's areas in your area where people are kind of rallying up as well. That common cause is what's bringing people together enough to even have the understanding of favor and and really linking up arms.
So in other words, you're saying, just like ice cream, things have to be nutty
Yeah.
before they're peachy.
There you go. There you go. Because where did we meet? Our relationship grew because we had a common cause, revitalization, being a business that was on purpose, for a purpose. And our businesses are just a gateway. It's not the purpose. It's not the business that's the purpose. It's what we can do being in business the way that we are, right? And we met that way.
Yeah.
And because we had a common cause. And now we can come together and do greater things and bridge our cities, right?
Yeah.
Because the common cause.
Yeah, I think at our age, it's just being intentional with your time, right? We're both part of some small groups, we're part of chamber activities, we're part of some networking events. So you're picking and choosing your time because you're busy, right? So you're not going to just go spend your time with everybody all the time, but you're going to pick and choose when you can go branch out. And like you said, a common cause is a great way to pull it together.
You had asked about branching in neighborhoods. I think when you're driving through neighborhoods, you might not see it all the time, but for 25 years or something, our street has had a block party.
Yeah.
And that, there's a branching, there's a uniqueness of like neighbors looking after each other. So I love that. And then also just like in town, we had a baseball fundraiser. And so there was branching that happened there where the local bakery got on board, the local coffee shop got on board, raised money for the Little League in town. And so there was like groups coming together to say, hey, let's support our town, let's take care of ourselves kind of thing. And so I don't know if you see it every day in the way that you're driving through town, but I think it's happening. I think people are connecting.
If you pay attention to the lower hanging fruit, I guess you could say, you can start to see it. If you have that vision of revitalization, you have that. For instance, we met with our neighbors and we just, hey, we know that they're in this situation, they're busy, however, and we go and we mow their lawn. It's a simple thing, but we keep that going. Or, it was funny, we had our neighbor go out and interrogate my mom, because my mom was coming from Virginia and she was trying to get into the side of the door, and he's like, who are you? Why are you here? What are you doing? It's at that level. Do you see what I'm saying? That we begin to do that, and I think more are stepping into that. And which kind of leads me into some of the other things that we were talking about in kind of the purpose to marriage, because relationships are very important, and we believe marriage is also a really big thing. Quickly, what are some weaknesses you have that she's your strength, and weaknesses that you have that he's your strength, that allow you actually to go and do the things that you do in Elwood City and come to that common ground?
For example, I'm probably the brake in the relationship, wanting to go slow, think through everything, and Caroline is the gas that says, hey, let's go, and so it is a compliment in our marriage, in our relationship, in business decisions.
Yes.
Because I think that there is value in both sides of it, but really being able to hear each other, we've been able to make a good decision. We've been led that direction. So that's probably something.
It's like the strength is the weakness, right? So sometimes just being braked all the time can be a weakness, but sometimes it's a definite strength, and it helps us reevaluate where we want to go. And sometimes it's a weakness of mine that I just want to go all the time, and then we have 30 things going, and then you can feel overwhelmed by that. So we complement each other well.
For sure.
And sometimes
all across the board.
You're the gas and I'm the brake. I feel like we just sort of meet each other where we need to be in the moment to get stuff done.
But eventually, I think either way you learn the lessons, right? You learn the lessons sometimes when you're just like, we should have probably stepped on the gas, or you know what I mean? And what we've learned is valuing each other enough and studying each other, and that's why we can't be on our phones and going crazy and doing all that, because we have to spend enough time with each other to see the changes within the other individual, their dreams, their aspirations, so we can identify timing and how to execute things, right? In marriage and in anything that we do. So in wrapping up this episode, this series, I'm sure we'll have more, because these are some really juicy topics that many don't want to talk about. We are blessed and honored to have you guys here, that you took time.
Thank you.
That you guys took time, because what you guys are doing I love it. In Elwood City, and us doing here in Newcastle with other amazing people like Mr. Angelo from NCTV and others coming together. You know, it doesn't take much. You know, we're two or more, right? We're two are gathered, God is in our midst, right? So we know that us being in agreement with the will here, and being in tune with that is really going to take us a lot further than anything. So we're going to encourage you, whether it's marriage or whether it's just relationships in general, be purposed on who you hang out with. Be purposed and intentional in anything and everything that you do, because it's worth it. It's worth saving yourself. It's worth being intimate with individuals, and it can happen. Don't be afraid of relationships. Yeah. I know that a lot have been, taken advantage of and things like that, but you still have to go with eyes wide open, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And so thank you so much for watching Wholistic Living on NCTV. We'll be back with our future episodes. Glad you're watching. Hi, I'm Instructor Tonya, and
I'm Instructor David.
And we're happy to partner with NCTV to bring you our show, Wholistic Living, and that is with a W-H-O-L. That means we want to talk about mind, body, and spirit and get you fully equipped to live the best life possible.
At Sovereign Martial Arts of Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
To a TV near you.